cash offer. Um, their asking price is 100K, and I offered them 65. Um,
Excellent.
they said no, and then they
Okay.
said their lowest. He said that the buyer told him that he wants 90K, but
Okay.
he said for the right deal he'll take 80K, no less. Um,
Okay.
Now the whole thing was that I was trying to do a seller finance deal, so I was just getting them to say no to my first offer.
Yep.
But it's a weird situation just because the house needs a little bit of
A
work on
lot
the
of it.
bottom floor.
Quite a bit. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it's mainly just paint and floors.
Yep.
Because the outside and the upstairs unit were rented and were renovated.
Okay.
And the thing is
We
that the
have
cash on
pictures of
cash is crazy.
Okay. Do they have what's it rent out for? Probably 1,500?
So it's a duplex. The top unit is, and a bottom unit. So rents put together, it rents out for 2,500.
Great.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's excellent. Yeah, super great.
So if you were to go ahead and get it, even including I put on a 10,000 assignment, the cash on cash is 52%. And if you gave them
Great.
6K down, and I was going to offer him 115, or maybe
Okay.
say offer him the 100 they asked. Because now that he gave me this, because he just texted me this like 10 minutes ago saying, like, hey, he wanted 90K, but the lowest he'll take is 80K. Maybe I just come back in and say, hey, well, what if I give you your 100K asking price on a set of payments with like $6,000 or $5,000 down payment? Because I found out the reason he's trying to get out of it was because he's a tired landlord. He's owned properties for a while. So he sold his whole portfolio and he's moving probably like Puerto Rico or something.
Oh, great. Okay.
So
Good.
I even
You're
asked
doing
about the other units and he's got another unit. He just texted me that one. So I'm going to comp that out in a little bit. It's another triplex. So yeah.
And this is a triplex.
So this one's a duplex. He just texted
Okay.
me another one that's a triplex, and I said, "Hey, I can give you a better offer if I can get I'll take the whole portfolio." And he said, "Honestly, you caught me late because I've sold all of them except for two."
Yeah, and I see the other one. Yeah, you can almost offer the exact same thing for the other one, huh?
Oh, you can see
Well,
the other one?
yeah, it's on PropStream.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Let
So
me
this one
get on there
is
too.
here, I'll send you the address. Well, they're asking a little bit, or no, this one is 80,000 the value. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, you're doing excellent. Yeah, he owns that one outright. This is
He
here's
owns
the other one.
this one outright. I haven't looked at the other one yet, really.
I'll send it over to you. Do you have the address already or no?
Um, let me message it to you and see if this is the right one, or maybe we're looking at something else.
I'll send it to you. This is the other one it says he owns.
Oh, yep, that's the one.
Okay, perfect. And that one's free and clear, but around 80 grand. What's he asking for that one?
It's off market.
Oh, good. Even better. And it looks like it's
So
nice.
at this point, yeah, I just pulled up photos myself on Zillow. At this point, I'm not really sure what the angle is on what I should do, how I should say this, and should I try and tackle both together, both separate, or should I just go with my original plan and just say, hey, this is my offer? And then I wanted to tell you the offer to make sure it was a good offer for
Yeah.
seller
No,
finance.
you're in a really good spot. What is this one rent for? Do we know?
I literally we're pulling it up right now, so I have no clue, but let me
Okay.
see.
Because what I would like to do, I mean, on this kind of a thing, is offer to do both as seller finance together. And so tell them, hey, I'll give you 180. And we do this on seller finance, and I pay you $800 a month instead of the 600. Because I would offer 625 a month on the payments for the other one. But if this one rents like the other one, you've got very sellable deals.
So you said 180 for like both?
Yeah, I'm just double checking and seeing what the other one on prop, it says it's worth about 80 grand. And so let's see. Let's see if
And then
that's
I missed that
real.
other part because I was texting the realtor just trying to ask him if there's tenants in it, and if there is, how much is he getting?
Right. Okay. So yeah. No, you're right, and you're doing everything right. This is really, really good stuff.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
do you want to hear the numbers I had for the seller finance offer for the one, or do you think I should make a
Yeah.
new offer for both?
I would say do one. Well, let me hear where are you at? You were at 6,000 down,
Yeah, let me see. I got
which is
yeah.
great.
So I was
That's
gonna
60.
do. So his asking price originally was 100,000. So I
Yep.
was gonna go ahead and just give him 6K down payment and offer him 115. Just just be like, hey, no one wants to do seller finance, and honestly, it cash flows well not
Yeah.
doing like a
You
seller
can get away with it.
finance. So I'm like, what's my angle? Why would he do this when someone can come in and just do a normal loan and still cash flow well? Um, so I said, hey, I'll give you 115, 6K down, and then I'll give
Yep.
him payments of 605 a month, which is 25% of the rent.
Perfect. Yep.
And he was renting the top unit. That tenant just moved out. That's why he's putting it on the market. But he was renting the top unit for 1350, and then the
Okay.
bottom unit's a 2-1, and that one in the area it rents real well for 1250.
Okay.
So that's how I got to 2559.
Should be should be 26. 1350 and 1250.
Oh, 13. It was 1234 and 1350. There you go. I was
Okay,
using
gotcha.
precise numbers. So 1234 and 1350.
Okay,
And
so 2584. Gotcha.
yeah, there you go. And then what am I missing here? Um, taxes 162, insurance 33.
Good. No, that's a solid deal. That is a solid deal.
And then
Absolutely. So
this would
that's why
pay
I'm
itself
wondering
off in
if
15 years on its own without a balloon.
and if the other one is close by, then you can probably guess that it's got the same kind of rents. Let's see where it's located.
Yeah, let me see what I
Okay.
got. I'll put that in.
And is this East Cleveland or no?
I don't even know. Let me see if I can look at the map. I'll just zoom out.
If somebody says that East is bad, I don't know. I haven't been there.
Everybody got to have a house, though.
That's what I say.
I'm gonna put this in rent estimator
Yeah,
to
they're
see
about
what might tell me.
20 minutes away from each other. So they're not. And so this is kind of yeah, East Cleveland, I guess. But I mean, you got Mayfield Heights is further over. You're pretty close to the. No, yeah, they're both really great location wise. It's right by a Wendy's. So geez,
Oh
how
yeah, it's
great
gonna
is
pull in stacks.
that?
Okay,
Let's see.
cool.
Yeah,
It's looking like this one. It says it rents maybe 830 a month for
each.
it's saying one bed, one bath.
Oh, there's
Um,
okay. It's just a,
but it's
there's
it's
a
just it's a triplex, I think. So it's got multiple going on there. I think it's just because it's not
per each.
listed. It's just weird right now how it's pulling up.
Yeah, find out what the rents are on that, but I mean, you can lump that into it for sure.
So you don't think I should call until I just lump that in and just give them an offer on all of
No,
it?
no, no. I would call and find out. Hey, what's that one renting for?
Okay, cool.
Absolutely, but I mean, the first one's great. You can kind of poo-poo the other one. That's what I like to do in those situations. Is you're like, well, I mean, I could probably give you something for the other one, but it's nowhere near as good as the first one. So,
Yeah.
and then say, but if you want to throw it in, like we could do 140 for both or 150 for both.
Oh, and I did 10,000 for renovations for that. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I think that's very fair.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Boom.
which doesn't matter because you're going to cash flow so much. I mean, you're cash
Okay.
flowing at least $1,000 a month.
All right, and just to be clear, so I'll go ahead and call him up. I'll tell him like, hey, I talked to, I don't know, my partner, mentor,
Yeah.
whatever. This is the offer we want to do. Kind of like, like I don't know, be like, hey, would your seller be interested in possibly terms on this one? And then kind of see what he
No, no,
says.
yeah, don't try not to use any cliche, like, any kind of like industry things. I always like to say stuff like, yeah, I'd like to incentivize him to take a set of payments. Richard used that, and it was one thing I was like, that makes a lot of sense. 'Cause I'll pay him more than what he's asking by $15,000. Would that be
Uh,
something he's interested in? So first you're gonna say, hey, what if I already give you 115, and let them be like, what? How's that? How are you gonna do that? Because that's what everybody will say. And
mhm.
you're like, well, I really want to incentivize them to take a set of payments because that way I can get this to cash flow really well. And you know, it's just a better way for it to work for me. Plus, I saw that other unit you've got. What are the rents on that? What are we looking at over there? What kind of rehab does it need? I don't think it needs any. If PropStream has got the correct pictures, it looks pretty solid.
Let me see. He just text me.
But
Okay, he's
also,
finding
yeah,
out how much the rents are.
okay. But also, I mean, beat them up on like the rehab. That's 20 grand worth of rehab in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And so you're
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm gonna eat that 20 grand. So always make everything sound horrible, because as a homeowner and as you know all the flaws of your place, and so when people start pointing them out, you kind of like, oh shoot, he saw that the floors need to be done. Oh dang, he realized the roof is old. But
Okay,
otherwise, I
cool.
think this one's cool.
Okay, dope. I know what I need to do on that one. And I had one more deal that I was working on. If I could show that to you. Um,
Absolutely. Do you want to call on that on this one live
right
so
now.
we can hear you?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
nervous,
let's
but
do
sure.
it. Good. I'm glad you're nervous. That's the whole idea. Um, yeah, let's do it once he texts you back the rents on the other one. But yeah, let's look at what else you got. These are great. You're doing really well, Dame.
I'm just texting him real quick. Boom.
Cool. And then send me that other property and I'll take a look at it while you're doing that.
Okay, cool. And this this one is a weird one I've been working with
Okay.
because it's overpriced. They're in a weird situation. They bought it 12 months ago and they're trying to sell it right now because they have six partners, and
Oh,
six partners splitting the profits is not making them happy.
okay.
So they're trying to get rid of it. But the thing is, the price they bought it for, they're now asking 200,000 more.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, and what's fun to do in these situations is divide everything by 6, so you've got an even number. It sounds dumb, but people sometimes are like, "Oh, that'd be way easy because we could just everybody would get this much." You're like, "You're dumb." But
So this one's interesting, um, because whenever I was running numbers, it works, but it only works if they're willing to be reasonable, and they're not going to sell it with 200,000 upcharge.
did they renovate it?
So they didn't fully renovate it. They just kind of updated it a little bit, and then
Yeah.
went ahead and it's a 6 unit apartment, and they went ahead and turned one of the units into an Airbnb, and they turned two of them into Section 8, and all six are rented right now by tenants. It's
Okay.
pulling
And
in good.
yeah, what is the rents?
The rent it's pulling in is it's 7,700 a month. They sent over a rent roll to me. This one I called them earlier today because the rent roll was weird because the math wasn't mathing. They were
Okay.
saying, "Hey, this." So I'm still kind of double checking on that.
Okay.
But the offer I was gonna do because they're offering 700. I was gonna go ahead and just say, "Hey, I think your offer is overpriced a little bit." I wanted to come in at 550, and then even if they say no to the 550, I can still go up. There's breathing room because I think it's worth 550 at least by what I'm looking at in comps
Yeah,
and in rents.
that's nice.
Is when you make a small payment now.
Offer 550, and then give them a down payment of 28,000, and then the let me see PITI. We're looking at insurance is 270 a month. Property taxes is 1,170 a month.
Okay.
And then I still need to figure this out because it wasn't making sense. I think it's way less than this, but I'm just going to use this number because it's what they sent me. But the numbers weren't making sense. Was the other expenses on a monthly basis was 2,060.25.
What were those?
I can send you what he sent me, the rent roll.
Yeah. Does it say what that is, or it just says other expenses?
It does say what it is. Let's see here. Is boom. And it shows, let me see if I look at it. It shows things like grass and snow being cleaned every month, garbage services. It has the insurance on there and the property taxes, but then it has other things that the tenant should be paying for. And then it has a profit number at the bottom, like things like water, sewage, electricity. But the
Yeah.
profit number doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter if you take away insurance and taxes, it doesn't equal that number at the bottom. Doesn't matter if you take away insurance, taxes, and the grass and snow, it doesn't equal the number at the bottom. It was just not making, yeah. But they're saying their profit margin is the number at the very bottom.
Yeah. Huh. So it's 14. I don't get that. Okay, so
Did you know
rents
that
are.
God said that abstaining from lust actually strengthens your bones?
Where's that coming from? Okay, so 1250, 1441, 1405, 950. Well, that 1600 is I'd call that 1400, but you're still really good. I don't know what their
It still is really good, but the math isn't right. So he said he's going to reach out to him and he's going to get an Excel spreadsheet with everything on there and include March
Yeah.
as well.
good. Yeah, interesting. I don't know what the sum is. It must be the total rents, property taxes, 270 for insurance. All that makes sense. 380.
Even if these numbers are right, though, and that's what I put in, it still had a cash on cash of
Yeah, you're in the
25%, and then it
yeah.
had a entry fee of 12 and 0.7.
Good.
At least
This one's
what I
great
did.
too. I don't have any problem with this one at all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you think that
Yeah.
that 550 is fair, or
I
or
think
uh,
it's totally fair. I think it's, I mean,
do you think I can go up to like 600 or no?
only seller finance. Yeah.
Okay, is that would be like my max?
Yeah. I mean, what's cool about seller finance is if we keep the monthly low, and I would make the monthly either 600 or 1200, because you got your 6 people. I
Okay,
think
yeah, make it even
it'll,
numbers
yeah,
that they
make
can
it
all get a
divisible by
piece of.
6. Make it all divisible by 6. So like 1800 would be what that would be 25% of the rents, but start at 1200. So that's $200 per person. You
Okay,
can work up to 1800, which is still fine. because then that would be
makes sense.
$300 per person. And mention that you will handle paying everybody separately.
Okay.
Okay, and make that part of the deal because they'll love that. Because they'll just realize that they don't have anything to deal with. Yeah, if you
Okay,
can get this for 1,800 down, I mean 1,800 a month, do another 5% down like you did with the other one.
Now, in this bigger like property, being like a multifamily and so on, whenever I'm negotiating, what numbers should I be playing with? Should I just leave down payment alone, even if they want more down payment, or
Only the purchase price.
only
That's the only
purchase
thing
price?
I can change. Yeah, because you can crank that up to you can crank it up to 600, but do it slowly. Like, hey, what if I give you and do your increments in things that are divisible by 6 again? And if you just say, well, how about if I give you another 12,000? So everybody's looking, oh wow, that's 2,000 for me. You know what I mean?
Okay,
It's silly, but psychologically they're gonna
makes sense.
hone in on. Well, you're gonna get the nod over somebody that's offering things that aren't divisible by 6. You know what I mean? Because you're
Yeah, we're
making
gonna
it
get
easy.
$104.22 a piece. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. And it's dumb, but they might really like they might like that because then they don't have to deal with it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. So take everything and make sure it's divisible by 6.
Okay, cool. I haven't given them an offer yet. Do you think I should start with a lowball cash offer or no?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't
And
really
then
figure out what a good cash offer would be for this.
half
That
of
would
it.
work.
I always just go 50% because what if they say
50%
yes?
of their asking, or what is valued at?
They're asking. Yeah, they're
Okay.
asking. Because just in the off chance that they say yes,
Mhm.
you want to make sure you're ready for it.
Exactly. Okay, cool. And then I had one last one, but I don't want to take too much of your time. But this one's a
Let's do your
simple.
phone call. Can we call on the first one?
Yeah, we don't have rents on the second that second property, but I can call and make the offer on the first one.
Well, let me leave you on stage, and then when they reach out to you, just wave to me, and I'll bring you up, and we'll call them. Just make sure you turn off your the noise cancellation.
Mhm.
Do you know where it is? It's
Um,
if you go to your name and then you go 2 rows up. There's 5
let's
vertical
see.
lines,
Okay, cool. Clicked it.
and then just click on that, and then turn it to off.
Voice and video set is as mute, deafen.
Yeah, it says noise suppression. Or are you on the microphone?
No, I'm on the computer. I'm looking at it.
Okay, so if you go to voice,
Oh,
I
like
mean,
the microphone on the bottom of the computer.
you can do that, or yeah, let's see if that has it. Voice settings, yeah. So just go into voice settings there and scroll down about halfway, and you'll see something that says crisp,
Okay,
noise
let's see.
suppression by crisp, and then just put it to none. That way we'll be able
Voice,
to hear your phone.
video, voice
And do you
settings.
call on your phone?
Yeah, I call it my cell phone.
Okay, perfect.
Oh,
Good.
crisp. Okay, I see it right there. And then I turn it to a crisp standard. Just pick none.
None. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then you'll be able to pick up the phone.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll hang out. If he doesn't end up telling me, if he doesn't like find that out, you still want me to call with
Yeah,
you?
might as well, and just set the hook a little bit for the one property because we don't know if the other property is any good anyhow. So, but if it's a triplex, I think it's going to be pretty good.
Okay, cool.
All right, good job, well done.
Appreciate it.
All right, Brecken, what's up?
Hey Trent, how you doing today?
Good. What's going on?
I have a few properties that I want to ask you about, so if I start taking up too much of your time, just let me know, tell me to shut up, and I'll stop.
I will. Oh boy, will I.
Okay, first one is a $900,000 portfolio in Hammond, Louisiana, where I'm from. Seller owes $285. Interest rate is 8.75 though.
Oof. Yeah.
Steer
You don't
clear.
want to take it over. You don't want to take it over. But how many properties for 900?
It's 4 3-bed, 2-bath houses and 1 duplex that's 1 bed, 1 bath each.
So 6
So
doors
it's
total.
5 buildings total.
5 buildings total, 6
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's 900 grand.
Yeah, they want $899, so I just rounded up to 900 grand.
Perfect, exactly what you're supposed to do. And then what's the rents?
It's bringing in
10,000.
$7,000 a month total as a whole package.
Okay, we're getting close there. And then they owe how much?
$285.
Okay, so what are you thinking? Is this a hybrid?
That's what I was told, but I don't really know how to run hybrid deals. I was
Okay,
hoping
hybrids
maybe we
are
could.
relatively simple. We just have to figure out what these guys have as far as equity. So at 285, and they're asking 900. So the difference is 615. But I don't want to give them $615 worth of
Right.
600,000. I would say it's 500,000. So you're going to take over their loan was what, 8% though, huh?
Yeah, 8.75.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go with this one. It's just got.
I mean, he
that
did
is-
tell me though he is going to work on refinancing, and the bank said it'll probably drop down to 7 or below after he refinances, but it'll take a couple months.
Our biggest problem is this isn't something we can sell to somebody. You know what I
Right.
mean?
It'd be a residential
We're
type
gonna
thing.
give him, yeah, we're gonna give them 500,000 over time at 0% and whatever we decide. But yeah, it's that 300,000 of 8% is just not desirable. So I'd move
Right.
on from that one.
Okay, no worries. I'll just wait and see if he can get a smaller interest rate. But I do have this one. This is the one I really need your help on. This is what I
Yeah.
actually talked to you about last night when I told you I needed some help.
Okay.
I sent it to your DMs on Discord. That is what the realtor sent me after I deeply described them how a trust acquisition works. And I don't really know how to
Okay.
give them answers to that.
All right, let me help you out. Let's see. Okay, selling and financial purchase. Oh, he wants all this stuff from you?
Yeah, before he even sends the mortgage statement or the rent roll.
Yeah, I hate the proof of funds thing. I think Sharon even spoke to it earlier. It's like, hey, you want me to do business with you or not? I'm not going to send you my bank account.
Right.
And sometimes it's a stronger place to be. Golly, what's all this stuff?
Yeah, they want drafts of documents and everything, and I don't know exactly where to get that from, how to give it to them or nothing.
So what I would do is I would just say, okay, yeah, this will all come once we've come up with a contract. I'm not doing any of this beforehand. It's a huge waste of my time.
Okay, so
And
just
say,
tell them straight up like that.
yeah, and just be honest. Say, do people actually do this? Or are you just trying to weed out wholesalers?
Right. Okay.
You know,
That makes sense.
and say if you are trying to weed out wholesalers, it's a brilliant way to do it. But I'm not going to put up with it. So if you want me to make an offer, I'm happy to make an offer. I'm not doing any of this crap.
Okay, so just be blunt with them and tell them, look, I'm not doing this if this is a bunch of BS. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last one, it's a I believe they wanted $3.5 million. It's a multifamily in Houston, I believe.
Okay.
But they need it's 44 units, and they need realtor said they need about 400,000 to 600,000 in repairs.
Wow.
I offered them 3 million. They countered back with 3.1. Realtor sent me the rent roll. Let me see 1 second. So at 40.9% occupancy, they're bringing in 14,000, but that's paying below market rent. So if everything was at market rent and fully occupied, it's supposed to be bringing in right around $44,000.
Okay.
So do you think I should stick with the 3.1 and see if we could sell it, or should I try to go lower?
Well, do they own it outright?
Yeah, there's no mortgage, no balance.
So let's try for a mortgage stake. I mean, a seller finance for sure.
Yeah, I pitched that. They didn't want that though.
Nothing at all. What was
No.
their pushback?
Their pushback was just that he's not interested in seller finance. That's basically what they told me.
Okay, so he wants a cash deal, 3.1. I mean, you definitely cash flow,
Right.
right? How much do you cash flow?
That
I'm
much,
gonna say
I'm not.
24, probably 24%. When this is in Houston,
Yeah, I believe so. Let me see.
good area.
Yeah, it's in Houston, Pickfair Street. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I don't know where that's at.
No, I'm not. Send me the address.
Okay. Yeah, they was asking like 3.5, and they wanted 3.1. I sent it to you. I think they took it off market recently too, as well. That was another thing that realtor told me. He said if he doesn't get the cash offer he wants, he was taking it off market.
Okay. Where'd you find this one? Pocket listing?
Zillow. It was on Zillow at first, but it came off like a couple days ago. So I still called the realtor anyway. I was like, "Hey, is this still being sold or what?" And he said if somebody comes in with the right offer, they can sell it.
Okay.
I think he's got a lot of equity into it though, because I had one of the Discord members look it up on PropStream. I think it's about $9 million worth right now.
$9 million in equity?
I believe so. That's what somebody
How's
sent
that
me in the
possible?
Discord.
No, that's not even possible. It's only, why would you sell something for 3.1 if you have $9 million in equity?
Oh no, okay, my bad. Okay, so the estimated
Mm.
value is 5.1, but the equity is 2 million.
He's got, well, I thought you said it was free and clear.
It is, I believe.
Okay,
Hold
so
up.
free and clear means, yeah, he's got,
I think I'm looking at the wrong thing, Trent. My bad.
no worries, no worries.
Okay, so for this one, yeah, this one is actually free and clear. Okay, but the agent sent me everything I need. She sent me utility bills. She sent me MLS instructions and everything like that.
Okay, so that's not coming up because of the 44, I'm sure. It says like number 44.
Yeah, because it's 44 unit. It's 44 individual buildings on one lot that are all 2-bed, 1-bath.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it where, there we go. Oh wow, it's like a prison camp.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Each one is valued at like 130.
Yeah. Actually, she sent me that.
Yeah, if you did them all separately, you'd kill it because it'd be 5.7 million.
Right.
What a weird place. This is weird.
She sent me a somewhere. Yeah, assessment for 2024 was 91,000 each unit. So yeah, it's probably higher
Okay,
now.
good. Yeah. Well, prop says estimated value is 130, but so their loan amount, I've got a loan amount of 4.7 million.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, realtor didn't tell me all that.
But
But if he's got a loan amount, I don't see why he would take 3.1.
I have no idea. So that I can't imagine that's right. He got it in 2022. That's interesting. This one's really interesting.
Because I know that
yeah,
the
if you can
seller
look,
already put 400,000 in capex in it. And the realtor said it would take about another 400,000 for some of the units to be livable.
Okay, they're all vacant now.
No, she said it's about 50% as of now. The other 50% would need to be renovated before they could be lived in.
Gotcha.
He said it was about 15,000 each building. So if that helps any.
Well, his price is 70K per building.
Right.
I would.
But I think
wanna
they're
see
selling it
more.
as a whole package. I don't think they're going to allow it to go.
Well, the beauty is you can do whatever you want to after it's purchased.
Right.
So they show one that's pretty renovated in all the pictures. That's number 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually have some photos I can send you as well, Trent, if you want. She sent me a whole Google Drive.
God, it's really interesting. Yeah, we'd like to see all that. This
Okay.
is so interesting
Let me send this to you.
because they're all separate. That's what's so cool.
I believe I can send you just
They're
this link, right?
Yeah, that's fine. They're all 2-bedroom, 2-bath, huh?
Yeah.
Really interesting. Really, really interesting.
I sent you the Google Drive link. That's got pretty much everything you would need in it.
Okay. And he's willing to let it go for 3.1.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I can get him to go a little bit lower because my initial offer was 3. And then that's what he countered back was 3.1. So we could probably meet in the middle at like 3,050,000.
Yeah, sure.
But I just
Is
wanted to
Rebecca
make sure it was a
58?
good deal and that it was sale before I did any of that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'd love to sell this separately.
I mean, Trent, we can partner up and do whatever you want with it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it'd be cool to do it separately. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just have to.
So you're
I
saying
just
buy
wanna
it all
think.
as a package for 3.1 and sell each one off individually?
Yeah, sell them for 100 grand each. Now you got 4.4.
Yeah.
Man, this is cool. Okay, let's do this. I mean, here's their financials. And what's the reason for selling it? Did he say?
I believe they moved to a different state and they just don't want to deal with it if they're not going to be in the same state.
Yeah, no, it would be this is almost a business. Okay, there's a lot to look at. I'm gonna look at this tonight and just see because they've got everything.
Yeah, and the inside looks really, really nice. On the ones
Some
that
of
have
them,
been,
yeah.
on
They've
the
got
ones that have been
potential.
renovated for sure.
What are they're renting out for $1,000 each? Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
What is the rents on them?
Rent is below market right now. They're like each of them is paying below market, but
Which is
if you look at financials updated rent roll, yeah, some people are paying $650, some people are paying $1,200, some people are paying $900, but market is supposed to be either $900 or right at $1,000 for each one. Some $1,100. But total as a whole portfolio, it's supposed to bring in $43,756 as a whole portfolio.
Yeah, which is right where you want to be. Okay.
But
Okay.
at the 40% occupancy, it's only bringing in $14,000.
Yeah, and that's just marketing. I mean, you just got to market it. That's the deal. But this is one that you'd have to fly there and really look at it. Because I don't know how hammered it is and how bad the neighborhood is.
Right.
But yeah, full renovation is going to be,
Yeah, he said anywhere from 400 to 650.
Yep, I agree. So interesting. That's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so there's 7 rows of 7, but then there's some missing on each side. Okay. Yeah, you found a weird one. Where'd you find it again? It was just on Zillow?
Yeah, it was just on Zillow for a couple of days. It wasn't on there long, but I had put it in my CRM along with the realtor's name and number just to be safe because I don't always call everything the day that I see it. So I put it in there, and I went back on Zillow. It said it was off market, but I was like, you know what, just call anyway. So I called anyway, and he said, if you bring the right offer, I'll pitch it to him still.
Well, I'm wondering if this could be done as an ovation as well. So we market it for them. Okay, it's interesting. There's a lot going on here. Okay, well done. Well, it's a cool find. I mean, it seems like it's got teeth. I just don't know. I don't know where to go with it.
Right.
Because the dream would be do them all separately. I mean, even if you could find people that can't qualify for loans and get them in there, that'd be sweet. Okay, cool. We will look this over. I'll look it over tonight, and then I'm live at 8 o'clock in the morning. So let's go over it then.
Yep. I'll be there in the morning. One last question before I go, because it's going to be short and sweet. Do you do any verification of funds?
A POF?
Yeah, I sent the realtor that POF that we have in the Discord, the best transaction one. But he told me this morning that he tried to call the dude who owns it and he didn't answer. He said he wants to verify stuff with him before and giving me an answer from the seller. Huh?
What size property is that?
That's another multifamily in Denton, Texas.
How much?
They want 3.3 million.
Okay, because in Richards, it's so funny on those size deals. You don't need proof of funds. I mean, it's just like because we're getting a loan, so.
Right. Well, actually, I was trying to seller finance. I sent a seller finance offer for 3.7, and then I sent a cash offer for 2.7. So I sent the proof of funds.
Did you see the proof of funds for Grandin? For Richard's team?
Is it in the chat right now?
Yeah, it's a Chase one.
Yeah, I see that one. I have that one actually, but it says 2024 on it, so I get a little skeptical about using it sometimes.
Right. No, for sure. Yeah.
But the POF was for 3.7 million, so I don't even know if they would accept that if I just sent that over.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a guy that yeah.
Because I tried to email the company this morning, but they said they don't verify unless it's a back-to-back closing.
Okay. Yeah, and I've got a guy that will verify. I mean, he lends on hotels in Vegas, and so it's like he's got the money. It's not, and so, but these realtors, they're just trying to. They're 100% just trying to scare away wholesalers.
Right.
So I would.
This is exactly what he texted me this morning. He said, I tried to call your financing people, left a message. Do you mind having them call me back? Would like to speak with them before getting back with you with an answer.
Okay. Well, and he's doing his diligence. That's totally fine.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out. I mean, I'll ignore it completely if I have to. Just move on to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already tried to email the people.
This Houston one's kind of cool. So let's. I'd love to find their motivation, just see where they're at, see what we can do creatively. Okay. They're not in anything creative, huh?
No.
I wonder if we okay.
So you want me to get with you tomorrow in the live?
Yeah, come in the morning. I'll look at this tonight while I'm chilling.
Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go tell them other people that they are crazy, like you told me to.
Perfect.
All righty. Thank you so much.
Take it easy.
You too.
All right. Who we got? Filbert. Ferberto.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So I got two deals that I'm working right now.
Nice.
They're great deals. I'm actually gonna send to you the address. So this property, they're selling it for 600K, and they're bringing in 6,800 right now. And the
Okay.
taxes. Wait, wait a second. Let me go back to the. Where did I have all the information? Change stuff. Sorry.
No worries.
600. It's because I use the same spreadsheet to calculate the different things, so I get the numbers change and I forget to take them back. Anyways, hold on. I have it here
Yep.
written down. So the purchase price is 600,000. The annual income is 81,600. The taxes are 13,800 a year. The property, it's an eightplex, by the way, 2 bed, 1 bath. They don't have insurance right now because it's fully paid off and the owner didn't want to put any insurance on it. So the cash on cash return on that investment would be close to 14% per year if financed by the bank. But the amazing thing about this is that Section 8 pays $993 for a 2 bedroom apartments, which could bring the total income to 7,900 and a total cash on cash return of 24% on it.
Okay. Well, and that's could be's.
Yes, that
Okay.
that could be,
Okay.
yes.
I'm not a huge fan of could be's. So you're bringing in 67,500 or
68.
68,000. I mean 6,800 a month.
Yes.
I like that. I mean, where are they at? Do they own this completely?
Yes.
Will
Fully
they do
owned.
so? From you?
No. But the thing is that I offer them 550 for them,
Okay.
so that I could sell them for 600. And the guy came back like at 580, and I told him 565. And I'm just waiting for him to be like, okay, to sign the paperwork.
Okay. So
post-
you're going
uh,
cash deal. There's no chance of offering them 630 and
They don't want any cash deal. I mean, any seller finance. I already tried.
okay. And they are free and clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounds like you're. I mean, yeah, keep on fighting back and forth for sure. Because I
So
mean, in cash flows,
yeah,
that's good.
my question is this: what are the next steps? Like, should I do like my own purchase agreement and put in an assignment clause there, or what? Like, this will be my first deal that I should do.
Yeah,
So
I
I don't
would
know
definitely.
the whole
I mean,
steps.
I would put it all through buy box in their contract for sure, just so you have their POF and everything like that. But
Okay,
yeah,
but if I put it through buy box, does that automatically goes into the partnership like 60/40? Because I already
yeah.
have like 10 people interested on buying it.
Oh, good. Well, then do it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how to. Like, where do I get the contracts? How do I do them?
Oh, I can help you with all that if you want me to help you with the back end stuff
Okay.
so you can learn it. Yeah, I've got a whole team that's what they do.
Yeah,
No, if
because
you've
I
got
don't know.
buyers, that's the hard part. But you've already got
Oh,
buyers that want it.
I got like 30 people interested in it already. I'm just
Okay.
negotiating the price to be able to calculate how much profit I would make.
Yeah, I'll just put let me put this I'll give you my my form and you can fill it out and then we'll help you with the whole back end. No problem.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, the buyers are the hard part. You're doing all the hard work. That's great. Good job. Really good.
Thank you. Okay, so I got that one. So once the seller agrees to a price, what do? I fill out the form, the
Yeah, do you see
contract
the form right there? Yeah, just fill that out.
on my
And
messages.
Marilyn, yeah, it's in the chat and then it's going to be in your DM as well.
The whoop one,
Say it again.
the whoop checkup plan. Oh no, what? Okay. Hold on.
No, it's in the chat and it's in your DMs. So it's that black thing that says TKO Properties Student Help Form. Are you in the chat?
Mm-hmm. Okay, here it is. There.
Yeah,
Got
just click on that and you just fill it all out, and I'm more than happy to help you with the back end, especially since you have buyers. You're gonna make my life easier.
Yeah. Okay, and
Yeah,
and
we
I have
can
another. I have another
another one.
one. Yes.
Okay.
I'll send you the address right now. So this is a weird one because it's basically like 3 homes in one, and
Okay.
for a total of five units. Each one has their own like electricity thing where
Yep.
they measure the electricity. Let me send it to you
Yep.
right now. Messages. So they're selling this one for 340, but I did negotiate it down to 320. 320.
It's in the same area.
Yes, in the same area.
Are you in there? Is that close to you?
Yeah, I live like 30 minutes away from there.
Okay.
So there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 units. 1 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom. Another one 2-bedroom, 2 bathroom, and the rest are 1 bed, 1 bath, 1 bed, 1 bath, 6. So they only have 2 vacant right now, but fully rented, it will bring about $4,400.
Great.
And the
Well,
expenses are like
yeah, it's
the
ready to go.
expenses.
You're finding good stuff.
Yeah. So do I put it on the contract as well for 220 and sell it for like 310?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you
Okay.
can get it for 220, that's awesome.
Yeah, and the expenses are
Good.
super low. The girl even sent me the expenses are insurance 6,000 a year, taxes 4,500 a year, water and trash 200 a month, lawn service for $85 a month. So yeah, it's just
They've still got a balance too. You know that?
oh no, because I don't have access to PropStream.
They've got a loan, 5.7% loan for 220. They owe 220. So
Okay.
this might even be better as a win and take it over. Offer them
With
because
that, uh
that's even better. Then you're dialed.
with that interest rate,
5.7, which isn't tremendous, but it's not horrible. 13. And you're saying how much does it bring in?
right now it's bringing in like 3,700 because 2 of the units are not rented, but fully rented 4,400.
Yes, please. Yeah. No, this is great. Very sellable. Let's talk to him about a sub too. Like to you would
Is that
like to take over the mortgage.
is it a commercial loan or a residential loan?
New conventional,
New conventional? Awesome.
which is good.
And
That's really good. Yeah, and the way you pitch this is like, hey, I can come in and just take over that $1,300 you're paying every month, which is probably closer to $2,000. You know that they're with all their expenses and everything. Like, hey,
Mhm.
you guys must be sick of paying that. I'm more than happy to just come in and take that over. They might say that they've got some equity, but then you just poo-poo it with anything. Like, maybe remind them that they
How much would I how much would
that
I offer them? And
nothing.
like nothing. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I would just take it over and just say, yeah, I know you think you have equity, but there's going to be a lot of repairs and stuff that need to happen, but I don't think
Mhm.
there are because this looks pretty
No,
good.
I think they barely remodeled it.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe the roofs, anything you can pick, maybe.
Mhm.
Like, and they've got new asphalt, they've got new everything. Like, and maybe
They
painting
painted everything.
lines,
I
painting
just
lines in the parking lot, anything like that. But
I just feel
they're
like the
gonna,
roof a little bit beaten down.
yeah, I would say, we've got to do something with the roof, and maybe, a little bit in the bathrooms. I don't see a whole lot to stand on. Yeah, the roof, good. That's a really good one. Yeah, just say it's going to need a whole new roof, and that's going to be about 30 grand.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you're good there.
All right. Okay. Let me negotiate it with them, and as soon as they say yes, I'll fill out this form that you have, and everything goes like automatically, or like do
Yeah.
they?
So if you fill all that out, it goes to my girls. I've got 6 girls that are hanging out, just waiting for you to send it over. So yeah, and then we can do all the transaction coordinating and everything for you.
Alrighty. Thank you,
Good.
man. Appreciate it.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, bro. Take care.
God bless you. Likewise.
All right. Yeah, thanks. Okay, Ethan, what's going on?
Hey man, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, good, thank you. So with, do you remember doing that one that they had like they were offering $359, but they had over like a $500,000 some dollar loan that
Yeah.
they
What
okay,
was
so
the reason?
yeah, they said
Oh,
I don't know what the
actually,
reason was, but they
yeah, they
they
used
said
it for the other house.
yes, yeah, that's
That's
right.
what the realtor told me too. I
Okay,
meant to send you. Yeah, I meant to text you. So the realtor told me, sorry.
you're good. Yeah, she said that they would be willing to give us the house or work something out if we would pay their asking price, and that's
Give
what I
us the
was going
second
to
house.
ask you about.
Give us the second house. No, I've
No,
done it. I did it
have
with
you?
3 one time. Yeah, where they had equity in one, but they didn't have it in the other, and they were losing one, and so I did all 3.
Wow.
So I've asked, and they have an assumable mortgage. I do know the home cannot be rented out to short-term tenants. Lease must be sent to the HOA and must be 1 year or longer. Not sure of your intentions with this property, but I had several calls for those who want to Airbnb it, not possible here. Yeah, I said, how do they owe 200 more than the purchase price? She said they said the mortgage is tied to another home they own. So that's why I'm wondering, why can't we bring that home into it?
Interesting.
So if we say, well, what do they owe on that other home? Maybe it's a home they own and they live in, and then we can get even more creative and say, well, how about this? We'll take over that, and then you guys just rent it from us, because
Yeah,
they sound like they're pretty upside down.
I like the way you're thinking.
And we could even do it as a lease to own, so they can potentially own it one day. I've been working on doing that, where I give like 5% of the rent. I keep it in escrow, and so when you leave, you've got some equity built up. And then if you want to buy it, that goes right to the purchase price.
Okay. Well, I did get a form from Maryland, so I'll go ahead and I'll fill that out. And if you want to help me move forward with this one, if you think,
I
or
think this is a phone call. This phone call to the realtor and just say, hey, how much is that other house? Send me the address on that. Let's see if that's a $500,000 house. Then we're golden.
okay,
But if it's a $200,000 house, then it's, we're not as excited.
okay. So I'll ask
But
her.
yeah, just say, is there a situation here where they're so upside down that they need to put both houses into this deal? Maybe we can help them out. Yeah, so they
Okay.
got an equity credit line of some sort that they bought the other house with. It's interesting.
Okay. And then the other question I had was about the other one that I sent you over at Younger Ave.
Uh-huh.
So that one, I found out some more info on that. That was a fix and flip, and they're asking for $199. They price reduced it maybe once or twice. I think initially they priced it for $218. They bought it back in 23 for 99, and I asked them kind of what their situation is like. They said they're eager to sell, so I was one, and I think that they said that they put like 30K in it for the renos, but it's the realtor, so I'm wondering if a cash offer at like 150 would be a good one for that, or how do you think we should play that?
Well, they're in it for 130. I would come a little bit low with I
Lower?
would come in if they bought it for at 100. Just say, I talked to my loan guy and he said that's all I could qualify for with this kind of house.
Okay, so you think with that a cash offer would be good, knowing that it is fix and flip and everything like that?
Yeah, try to start with that and then see what you can move into.
Okay. Now, when I do cash offers versus seller finance, what is the benefit of a cash over? Like, you wouldn't do seller finance for this, or would you?
I would like seller finance for anything and everything
For
because it's
anything.
so
Okay.
advantageous. So when we do the low cash offer, it's just to anchor them that their property's not worth that much, and then we surprise them with a little bit better deal than they were expecting.
Okay. And then for seller finance, what would that look like? That would be their asking price.
Yeah, a little bit over the asking price.
Okay.
On a set of payments, and then do 25% of the rents as their payment per month. See if that works. 0% down. 0% interest, 5% down payment.
Okay.
And
so 5% of whatever.
of the purchase. Yeah.
Purchase. Okay.
And then we always would love a 10-year, but we'll settle for an 8-year balloon.
Okay. All right, perfect. Just communicate this. Do you think, because like the realtor has been texting me, should I just call her and have a conversation with her about this, or should I?
Absolutely. Always. Yeah. Build that
You
rapport.
prefer that?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, than texting.
It's just lazy to text, I think. You want to build the rapport.
You're
You
right.
can send information through text, like after you've talked to them, like, send your email or whatever. But yeah, you want to have as many touches with the realtor as possible, because that allows you to really build the rapport.
Yes, sir. All right. So I got some phone calls to make, and then I'll fill out your form and I'll be in touch.
Okay, cool. Good job.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
that'll be interesting to see if you can get this second house. Do a twofer.
Cool.
Okay, bro.
All right.
Later. All right, Mike, what's going on?
All right, hello. So, I keep getting. So I have my lead finder run comps, right? And he does that by he looks on Zillow, the rent estimator, and then he goes down, filters it by I think a mile, and then does the same bed and same bath. The rents have been very far off. So how do you run comps?
I've got a program that I use. I got a program for everything. Yeah, so I just throw the address in and ask for 5 comps, and it gives it to me. But the simple way to do it is just go on to Zillow and take the address. Let me just pull one up, and then you roll down, and there's that second map. Have you seen that before?
Say that one more time. So you were on Zillow.
Well, you're on Zillow. Roll all the way down past all the numbers and everything, and then there's a second map called neighborhood, and boom, there you go. Oh, are you looking for rent comps?
Yeah, rent comps.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Because sometimes I'll ask the realtor, and then they say something that when he looked on rent estimator, it's a lot less. Like, for example, in Colorado, I don't know if that's a good market to look at because everything I see, the rent's so bad and the price is so high.
Yep, Colorado, Utah, both of them are terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee seems to be good for rents. They're nice and low, and the prices are high. So all around Tennessee is good.
Okay, great. All right, yeah, that was my question.
Yeah, but
Thank
also,
you.
I mean, what they said in the chat, Rentcast or Zillow Rent Estimator, those two are really great.
Okay, great.
All right.
All right. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Okay. Alejandro, you there? You got something, Dame?
Yeah, I got the rents.
Yeah, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got the rents on the other one, the other property that the landlord owns, and it's
Oh, cool.
$700 a month on one side. It's a duplex, a 1-1 and a 1-1. So $700
Okay.
a month on one side, and the other side is vacant. But when I looked up fair rents in the area, it said around 830. So I was going
Okay,
to
so
say,
we can say 1,400 for both.
okay, cool.
Yeah, always guess low, because then you're happily surprised instead of sadly surprised.
Okay, cool. Now this one, I was trying to run numbers right now, but I'm already assuming just because it's a 1-1 and a 1-1, it's going to be way less, especially if the home's like worth 80K. But he said it's turnkey.
Okay, perfect. We love that.
So what do you think I should really, I don't know, operate when it comes to this? Should I try and just go in and go at both, or just ignore the other one at first and then go in with just the first one?
I think know that you've got the second one in your hip pocket and you can use that as leverage. Because we're at 1,400, it's 80,000, right? Is that what we said?
Yeah, 80K is what PropStream said.
That's insane. Like if it's getting that kind of rent, that's awesome. So use it as an incentivizer. Like you're gonna be like, hey, and then you've got that second one. You guys want to throw that in and see what they say, because who knows? They might be like, oh yeah, I'd love to get rid of that. Say, well, I could go 40 grand on that, and then we could just do the whole thing for 150 or whatever it comes out to be. You know what I mean?
Okay. And then I guess I had a question just before I make the call. When it comes to doing seller financing, like say if he asks like how that works and like the closing process and purchasing, I can't remember, or maybe I don't even understand fully. So it's
just
not.
say I have a whole transaction coordination team that puts all that together, and they'll take care of everything on the back end, and we'll pay for. We're happy to pay for the closing costs.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's a little incentivizer too.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. All right, I think I got what I need.
All right. Well, what you got?
All right, let me pull up my notes.
Anything you don't know the answer to? Hey, let me get back to you on that.
Okay, easy enough.
Down.
All right, cool. Let me call. My computer's screwing with me. 1 sec.
No worries.
Okay, cool.
Hello, you've reached Raymond Mallet. I'm not available.
Yeah, I'll call again.
Hello, you've reached Raymond Mallet.
Yeah. I've been texting him back and forth, so I'll see if he calls me right back.
Okay.
If he calls me, you want me to let you know or not?
Yeah, just wave to me. I want to hear it for sure.
All right, cool. All right, I'll mute myself for now.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Let's see. Doherty, what's up?
Yo, how's it going,
Hey,
brother?
good. How you doing?
Good, bro. Good. So I just got off a phone call with the realtor. I wanted to go with you over some of these numbers.
Yeah, let's do it.
It seems like a deal to me. I mean, I haven't put any offer with her or anything like that. She just said,
Okay.
like, I went over kind of the rapport call, and she said that she would present any offer that I gave her. So
Great.
yeah, so I want to come at her kind of with a couple of offers, doing the whole offering her maybe much below her asking price. Right now the property is free and clear. Let me see if I could send you the address.
All right.
It's listed at 465.
Okay.
It's a triplex, each one being 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It looks like the rents are market rents are about 1,500, give or take.
Great. Okay.
So we're almost there at the 1% rule.
Yeah, close enough.
Let me see. I'm going to try to really quickly send you this property so that way you could be taking a peek at it, and then I'll keep telling you about the numbers.
Okay.
Figure out how to send this over to you.
Okay. Okay, add 875 times 3. It's a triplex?
Offer them, I believe it was 8% down, which came out to like $37,000.
Okay.
And then I was going to do that over a 30-year period, with the payments being like $1,250. And then aside from that, if I were to give them that off, 8%.
Okay,
So-
so you're thinking how much?
I mean, I basically, what I'm trying to say is I kind of know the creative offer I want to go in with, but I don't really know what other offers I should go in with to
Yeah.
kind of make it like, so that will.
Okay, let's see. So let me ask you. So you said at first they were 1,500 for the rents, but now it's 675.
So the market, like when I go on Zillow Rent Finder, it tells me the rents are about 1,500.
Okay, but
But
that's
when
not
I
what they're
call-
getting, right? That's not reality.
It says that their manager has just not. They've been having these tenants for years and years, and since the owners are free and clear, they don't want to raise the rent on the people. They've just been having them at that price essentially for years.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the situation that it's in.
Did you send me that address?
I still don't know how. I'm
Oh,
trying
no
to
worries.
figure it out.
So click on my face, right click, and it will say message.
Okay, I see it here. Perfect. It's telling me that it's not letting me send you a message.
No.
Oh, I sent.
You have to, yeah, we have to be friends first, I think, or,
Yeah, I sent a friend request to you then.
okay. And then try it.
Try it again. I think you might have to accept a friend request. I don't even know.
Yeah, no.
I don't really use Discord.
No. Let's see. I'm not seeing it. Let's see. Oh, they're all in the alphabetical order. Yeah, there you are. Okay, go ahead and try now.
Okay, perfect.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's actually it's a 2-bedroom, 3-bath with a garage on one of the units. Then the other 2 units are both 2-bedroom, 1-bath. She says that they just got a new roof in 2024, and there's new AC units in one of the units as well.
Okay. And so you want to offer their purchase price?
I'm thinking, as the creative finance, I'm thinking about going in at their asking price. She mentioned that they have offers, because I was kind of like, oh, well, how are they really trying to get close to this asking price, or are they flexible? She said that they have offers, but and she didn't really emphasize what those offers were at. But she said that she would present any offer that I gave her, and that they were open. So I wanted to come in kind of like with a couple different offers for her, but obviously with an attractive seller finance offer, being at her asking price, 8% down, which was I think about $30-something thousand.
Yeah. Just drop that to 30,000. Make it even numbers.
Okay. So 30,000, that would give me a 6%, 6.5% down payment.
Perfect.
I put it 30 years. What's about 29 years if I do a 12?
Don't worry about the years. You don't even have to say that. The amortization is just a way to calculate why you're going for the payment you're going for. And so the payment I want you to do is probably $500 a month, because you're getting $675 per unit, right? Times 3. That's 2025. And so we need it to be.
But you don't think that the rents could be raised?
Absolutely, they could be raised, but we don't want to buy it with an assumption that something's going to happen down the road.
So we do the numbers based on what is currently
The
rented
crappiest possible numbers we can. Yep, because then when it does do well, oh happy day, instead of oh man, we thought it was going to get this, and now we're getting sucky numbers.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So you're thinking that the monthly payment should be more closer to 500?
Yeah, absolutely, because your monthly rents are 2025.
Yeah, it's not a lot, because the way that I had originally with the market rents, it was way higher. So based on this, do you think that this is an offer that would be presentable and attractive to them, or you think I should just
Absolutely, and I think the way you present it is you go, hey, no investor in their right mind is going to come in and take this place at your price, because it doesn't cash flow. So the only way that we can make it cash flow is if I give you a $500 a month payment, and let's do that over. I'll do that for 10 years. You'll get that $500 every single month for 10 years. And I'll even give you, what's the purchase price?
It's $465.
Yeah, and then you'll give that 6% or 5% to 30,000. I'll give you a $30,000 down payment. And the reason we do this too is to help them with their taxes. Now your taxes are going to be spread out over a longer period of time. So you're going to end up saving money on taxes from the standpoint of if you were to pay all your taxes on a lump sum, it's really expensive and it's all at once. Whereas if you spread it out over time, you can definitely have expenses that will offset the money that's coming in every month. And so if you can do that, that's amazing.
Okay, got it. So I'm gonna try to, because I got off the phone with her and I kind of was trying to figure out the next step. So I'll kind of formulate that newer offer so that way I can go and present that to her. And do you feel like what other offers should I bring to the table?
If you want to do anything, raise the purchase price. That's the only way to change anything. Just say, okay, well, if that doesn't work, what about, where are you at? 465?
Yeah, that's where they're at right now.
Yeah. So what I would say is, hey, what do you think about it? Let's just get this done. I'll pay you an extra 10 grand. We'll go 475. And they'll be like, oh, gotcha. Well, I love 10 grand. That'd be great. So.
Yeah, I feel like they would probably be open to something along these lines just because they were like, oh, this was an investment. Doesn't seem like it's anything that they need. It's just kind of like.
Well, and really, like,
deal with it.
Yeah, like really knock home the point that with these rents for what they're getting at $2,000 a month, this does not cash flow, and there's no investor in the world that's going to buy this for cash or on a regular loan because it won't cash flow. But in order to make it cash flow, if they're willing, if you can incentivize them to take a set of payments, then we can get a cash flow situation going, and it's desirable to take a chance on it. Plus the tax savings, the tax savings are huge, and you can just let them know that you don't ever want to say you won't have to pay taxes. You want to say, so you're going to have enough expenses to offset that $500 every month, and potentially that will save you from all those taxes that you would have to pay all at once if you sold it with cash.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right, I appreciate you, Trent.
You bet.
Hopefully I'll have an update and we can chat more about it tomorrow or one of these days coming up.
Yeah, let me know. I'm here every day, 8 to 10 in the mornings, and then Tuesday and Thursday I do this shift. So let me know.
Thanks, bro.
Okay, bro. Take it easy.
What's
going on?
Hey. El
like
cacahuate here.
Cacahuate.
That's what you called me last time.
I know. I've got very, very few Spanish words. Soy el rey y me llamo el gato gordo. So that's my.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I sent you a DM with a property on it in Texas. Just wanted to kind of see how we can kind of work these sort of deals. It's a total rehab. It's just a single owner, maybe under LLC, but just kind of want to see like how your brain thinks of this sort of property here.
I am not a huge fan of rehabs because I am a huge fan of them if I'm there.
Right.
If I'm not there, I'm going to have construction companies. What's that?
If they're local, they're better.
Well, yeah, because then you can manage it. Otherwise, you're going to pay somebody to manage it. You have to trust them. And you got a construction crew that doesn't give a crap. And so they cut corners and they do whatever. But
yeah, I'm in construction.
You have to be there every day.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
So that's my deal with rehab. So this one, they have 3 involuntary liens for $26,000. Did you know about those?
Oh, what? No, I didn't. What, dude?
So they've got a $1,290 delinquent tax. They've got a $24,000, basically $25,000 delinquent tax, and a third delinquent tax with $25,000, and a fourth delinquent tax from 2019. Whoa, they've got.
I didn't even see that.
Crap, they've got 9 liens.
Jeez.
9 liens on this sucker. And it's more, well, this says 3, so maybe it's only the 26,000. They own it outright, but they've got to bring those liens up. So they need that 30 grand to get out of that. So these guys are beyond screwed.
Yeah. Bring you good,
So
bad
here's
news.
what you do. Here's the fun thing. I'm not sure what they're called in Texas, but you, I know in Ohio they're called sheriff sales.
Sheriff?
Sheriff sales, yeah, in Ohio, but it's a tax lien sale. And so check, there'll be a website. I'm just looking to see what they're called in this area. But you would go to the this is property management, property sales, foreclosure site, non-ownership tax liens. Let's see. So I usually go to the assessors, like, so the Waco County assessor.
Okay.
Let's see what's there. So those are the people that take your taxes. That's the assessor's office. So it's always by county. So Waco is in McLean County. And so let's take a look at the tax office there and see if we can see property tax information. So it's public information, so we can do it by the property address. And let's see what they got for real. I love doing this. Oh, no search records for that address. Let's see. Maybe I gave them too much information. Let's go that way. There we go. You got the name of the, I got everything we need. Current tax levies 1,400, current tax due. I don't see their land value. This may not be the one. Taxes due, year-end jurisdiction, improvement values. Print current tax statement, print delinquent tax statement. Let's see. Clicking here. Okay, delinquent tax. This, let's see, that's not the right address. So we can go into PropStream, find their name as well. Daryl Price, that's the right name. So maybe maybe they satisfied them, but they were all in 2019. So something's going on here with that. But they've got no mortgage. And they have linked properties. So they have 11 other properties. There's a lot going on with these people. Okay, so what is the deal that they said for this one for you? 340. Listed for 340.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Am I looking at the right one? Is it 340? Was it
no, 2805.
Okay. Let me pull that one up. Hold on. I grabbed the wrong one. Hang on. Yeah, I'm Bosky. Okay. Okay, so what are you thinking here?
Just to sort of kind of get an idea of like how something like this could potentially work. Like I'm not necessarily sold on trying to get it done, but just want to, like, if I come across something like this again.
Yeah, okay. What are the rents here? Let's see what that is. $1,289. So the rents are right at where there's just, thing's hammered.
Yeah.
So in this situation, what I do is a cash deal, and I would knock 100 grand off this. I would even knock 107 grand off this. They're
Right.
asking 137. I would say, hey, I can give you 30 grand, and I've got $100,000 in repairs I got to do.
Absolutely. I kind of like danced around that, and she was like, "Yeah, if you shoot anything lower than what they're asking, they're not gonna accept anything." So then I'm kind of
Yeah.
like, "All right, well, how would one get something like this done? You know, would it be like I don't know, some sort of like zero down, zero interest for like, nothing for like the first year while it rebuilds or whatnot?"
What
But
we got to realize is there's some deals that just aren't deals,
that's
and
true.
so
Yeah.
this one is one of those. It's so hammered. And the fact that they have they have 11 properties is kind of suspect to me. But those liens too, I would just beat them up on the, like, I'm seeing that there's $30,000 in liens. So how can you expect me to come in and, pay your purchase price? Like, all I can offer you is probably, you take care of the liens and I'll give you 30 grand. Because there's a ton of, and if they say no, you just move on.
Yeah. I'm definitely, I just kind of wanted to get
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of it's kind of clean cut. It's also Waco, Texas, so it's not a super desirable place. And landscaping needs to be done. There's so much that needs to be done. But it's funny,
absolutely.
there's people out there that love that kind of crap. Like, they love to come in and fix it. I'm not that
Yeah,
guy.
just redo the whole thing and all right, yeah, no worries. I'm definitely like not tied to it. I just kind of wanted to get that, like, if I come across something again, just know like the sort of strategies and just want to learn
Yeah,
all the
exactly. No,
ways.
the cool thing to do is find really nice places that are in the $200,000 range and they rent for $2,500. Those are the ones that you want. Like, that's now you're going to cash flow. It's easy. You don't have to clean it. You're probably in a good neighborhood. You're not dealing with crappy tenants. There's a lot of bonuses to go for. I know everybody loves to do the Section 8 and all that. I'm like, I'm good. I want people that kind of care about where they live. Section 8 is all kind of under duress because if they screw up, they lose their entitlement to Section 8. And so it just seems, I'm not a huge fan of that. I just think, like, let's go after nice places.
Yeah, why not?
Something.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, because, like, if worst came to worst, I lose everything, at least have a place that's nice that I can go live,
Yeah, that's true. That is true. All righty.
Because I
Yeah,
buy
thanks.
a lot of things. So that's, yeah. But yeah, it's so weird because that number, it comes up, but it doesn't show that they owe anything. It shows on Zillow, but here, I'll send you this link so you can only see it and understand. I love going to the county tax assessor and seeing property. You can look up anybody's property and check in on them and see, what their taxes are or whatever. So there it is. I sent you that. I'll put it in. This isn't something that you're going to go after, so I'll put it in the chat too, so you guys can see. Never be afraid to go to the county assessor. Like, they have great resources. They show you everything with these properties, and so it's another way to just kind of check in on them. But they do have a $1,500 tax levy right now. It's just not the $26,000 that I thought.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, it's good to kind of learn and
Yeah,
see these sort of things.
And sometimes they just aren't deals.
Right. Yeah, we're deal finders.
Yep, exactly. We're treasure hunters, and that's the thing, is we want to find the treasures. All right.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you.
Okay, bro. Take it easy.
I'll have some lunch.
All
I'll
right.
see you.
Okay, take it easy. Hey, Jark. Mosif.
Oh.
I'm assuming that's Mark. Oh, Dame,
Yeah.
you got something? You got something, Dane?
Yeah, I sure did. Whenever, but you were helping somebody else, so
Yeah,
you're
we're
busy.
just starting with Mark. So I'll just what happened with the realtor?
Yeah, so he called me back. We chatted on it. And I went ahead and told him, and he seemed really receptive of it. He's like, "Yeah, this makes sense. It sounds pretty good. He might actually enjoy that."
Great.
So I offered him the 115 purchase price, 6,000 down, 605, 56 a month. And he's going to see what he says. He says just text it over to him, and he's going to go ahead and talk to the owner right now. He's just driving right now. Then
Perfect.
I told him like, hey, if you want, because he was asking like, hey, do you have an offer for both of them? And I was like, no, I haven't created an offer for both, but the cash flow isn't as crazy on or as good on the other one. So if you want to like toss it in, like I don't know, like 150, 160, we could give you both.
Perfect.
But it really this one's kind of like the main one. But like if he wants to get rid of both, like we'll make something happen. We'll work it out. And he's like, oh yeah, that sounds great. So
Perfect. Hey, never say 150, 160.
Mhm.
You just
Okay,
lost
cool.
10 grand just saying that.
Okay, cool.
So always be specific about your numbers. That's the only criticism there. Otherwise, perfect.
Okay,
Really
sweet.
good. Good.
Okay,
Excellent. I love it. That's great.
All right,
Okay.
appreciate the help, Trent.
Okay, buddy. Take care. Okay, Mark, what's up?
Right. So I've got a weird situation. I have an offer on a house. It's accepted. Now it's a short
Okay.
sale. So I was gonna get silly. This is a house I'm purchasing, so it's technically I guess trying to wholesale it to myself.
Okay.
Under the idea, since it's a short sale, my thought was if there's a way for me to assume their loan, thinking that
Yep.
it could be in the 3 to 4% range rather than I'm getting like 6.5 or something on a new loan right now.
Yep.
Is that possible? Is it better? I can pay the realtor's cash out of my pocket. Basically,
Why do you want to pay the realtor?
I don't know, just because they're involved in the deal. I could try to cut them out, I guess, but
Yeah, there's no reason. I mean, you're buying it, so I always like to save as much money as I possibly can. Did you send me the? Yeah, it's all about that. Did you send it over to me, the address?
No, I haven't.
Tell me the numbers real quick. So, what's the purchase price?
I got an offer accepted at 205.
205, and what do they owe?
That I don't know yet. I'm having them find out. I was calling. They owe somewhere between 205 and 225. I'm not exactly sure on the number, and I don't have their interest rate yet. I'm getting that information.
Send me the address in my DMs real quick, and I'll look it up on. I've got a great way to look it up. So let me.
Fantastic.
Yeah. This program's been massively helpful and super easy to use.
Fantastic. Let me see here. Let me find you real quick. I'm not a Discord wizard, so.
Yeah, if you just, I think if you tap on my face and then you can, it will come up a submenu that just says message.
Yeah, that's not giving me. Hang on, let me. Jeez, now I'm the asshole. Okay.
Here, while you're doing that, I'm just going to do a little announcement to TikTok real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'll figure this out.
We do like we try to do it in 7 to 10 days. So for the 10-year balloon, at least, what are we saying? It seems like goals, mortgages on these, oops, seller finance is third or fourth as much as the market rents. Yeah, perfect. 25% of market rents is what I usually like to offer. And so if it's a $2,000 rent, I'll go $500 a month on a 10-year balloon. I really go high on my balloons, way higher than most people. So
Yeah, I think
okay,
you
cool.
should have it.
I think I should too. Let's see. There it is. Boom. Okay. Heading to Texas. A lot of stuff going on in Texas. I don't know what it is, but most of my properties are in Texas.
It's a buyer's market right now. Someone's house shopping. It's get out there and
Man,
twist arms.
I just really want to find retail buyers that I can get into my places. I would love that. It would make me feel good if somebody can't afford or can't qualify for a loan. Oh, this is a cool place. Okay, so
Needs some
what do you
work, and that is kind of the dog of the neighborhood. So that's what I'm looking
Perfect.
for.
I'm the dog of my
Best
neighborhood.
street, worst house.
Sorry, the interest rate is 3.13. You're gonna have to suffer with that.
Oh no,
So
that's exactly what I'm looking for. That's going to save me hundreds of thousands.
oh yeah, it's insane.
But yeah, I'll
So your
live with it, I
balance,
guess.
the balance is about 150. The payment's 707. Your total PITI is about 1627. So yeah, if you can come in and take over their loan with nothing down, let's see, they're asking 249. They owe 147. So they're going to be looking for some money. You won't be able to just take over their loan.
They're going to want something. Okay, so I would have to
Yeah.
come up with.
You're going to have to come
Okay.
up with something. So let me see what the hybrid says. So cool. Okay, offer price, down payment of 12 and a half. The rent estimate in the area is probably about 1,800. So
That's
yeah,
okay.
is that right?
Yeah, that might be. Well, in this neighborhood, it probably is. I'm thinking. I've been looking at 100 houses in this area, so 18 would be pretty close. If I put some work into it, I need to clean it up a little bit, but I could ask 18. That'd be safe.
Yeah, because what you're going to probably do is take over their loan, get that 3, and so the 707, and then you're going to have $100,000 left over. Let's call it 50,000 because I like to be cheap. Is what their equity is, even though it is probably about 100,000. See, I mean, if we were to do, I think you could get away with another, probably just $200. So we go 900 a month is what you pay them.
Okay.
You can, yeah, that would be pretty. Payment to sell it. Let's do 900. You might be in a good situation. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you're buying it, I mean, and you don't, I mean, how much do you want to pay a month to live there? Oh, wait, no.
Man, I'd love at the current rates, I'd be looking at probably 17, 1800. So
Yeah, you can get into way
I'd love
less
to
than
pay
that.
1,000. I'd love anything less than that. I can afford it, but
Yeah,
why?
I think you can. I don't see why. It might not cash flow, but you're going to get in for a cheap.
Sure, but I can wait. Like I said, I will live there personally, and then if it cash
that's
flows 3
okay.
years from now, then I'll be free and clear on it.
Yeah, that changes everything. So I would do the down payment is 250. Yeah. So I'd do maybe 12. Let's go 10K down. So if you do 10K down, the rehab costs, what are you thinking?
On the very high end, 50, and that's if I do absolutely everything. It'll be
50,000. Okay, good.
if I do
That's
50.
a great. Yeah, no, that's a great number for you to explain why they don't have as much equity as they think they do.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, I think
Excellent.
this is a solid property for that price. Yeah, you'll be golden. You'll be well
Excellent.
below 1,800 a month for sure.
Okay, perfect. Where
Yeah.
now I haven't used any of the contracts yet or anything. Do I find those on the website or?
Yeah, they have them in Go Creative, but since you're buying this, I would do it all on your own for sure because you don't
Okay.
need them to give you a buyer.
Yeah, I don't need the buyer. So I was just wondering
Yeah.
how to have something on paper to present
So what I
essentially.
would, yeah. So what I would do is there are contracts in there, but also I'd reach out to Lexi Ledoux. She's the transaction coordinator. She does all
Okay.
my stuff. She's great, and especially if you're buying it, she can help you out. It's going to cost you about $1,200 for her to do everything, but that's pretty great. She's really awesome.
Yeah, on the back end, I have more with half interest rate. My savings are uh, not even. It doesn't even. Yeah, 1,200 is nothing at the end of the day.
Perfect. Okay, and
Okay,
then that's her
Lexi.
number. I put it in the chat number.
Oh, perfect.
Well,
Perfect.
Marilyn did. Okay.
Maryland. Yep, I appreciate it. That is what I need, and I will.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Sure.
I will get
No
on this and
problem.
let you guys know how it goes.
Yeah, that's great. Good job. Congratulations. I love to see investors. That's the best. Like, that's what everybody should be gunning for. Forget about paint. Like, if you get an assignment fee, do not spend a penny of it. Put it all into an investment and get your own properties for sure.
Yeah,
All right.
that's the long
Perfect.
game. I appreciate it, man. Thanks
Well,
for everything, Trent. You're great.
all right. Cool. Thanks. I appreciate it. Well, I have no idea where Richard is. I don't know if he's just blowing off today's live stream or anybody know in the chats. Did anybody here? I have no idea where he is, but I can't go much later. I got my stuff to do. Oh, he's on vacation. All right, so he's on vacation. So if there's any other group leaders in here, if you guys want to take over, you can. He's on a plane. All right. Well, that's going to do it for me today, though. But I really appreciate everybody being here, and I'll be back 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you have anything else you need, come to me in the mornings. I'm more than happy to help you. Also, I'm happy to call realtors to close deals for you guys. I know that's kind of Garrett's like flex, but anytime you guys need help with that, it's cake for me. I love talking to realtors. I love closing deals. So let me know how I can help you guys. Otherwise, have a great day. And Rich will be in, I guess, when Rich gets in. And there's my schedule. Thanks, Marilyn. Marilyn's awesome. All right, guys, take it easy. See ya. Let's see what he says. Because again, guys, just go try it out for a month. I did when I first, the whole reason I joined. Yeah, I can tell you about my properties. So my properties now, I've been in here about a year, and I've bought 5 properties. I've got one in Michigan. Michigan was about $150,000 property. It was my first one. There was a family that was there was a family that was going to lose their house. They were behind about $11,000, and it was November, so Christmas was coming. I just got in touch with them, chatted with them, and really I delve into their story more than most people will. And so getting to talk to him and the realtor, I found out the realtor and he were friends, and he was just having a rough time. And it happens to all of us. He bought himself a food truck, super expensive, and he's in Michigan, and so the food truck only works half the year, and so it kind of killed him. And so he got a little bit behind. But his buddies, the realtor and about 5 other guys, they all got together and helped him out. They found him 2 jobs. He's a pit master, and so he became a pit master for 2 different restaurants, which was awesome. And so I came in the day of the day that he was going to lose his house, but with the realtor was willing to forego his commission, which was amazing. He charged me $1 because he wanted to make sure that that his buddy still had representation. So I bought that one the day that he was losing it, and he's been great ever since. I gave him a break on the rent for about 3-4 months, so he could get back up and running, and he killed it. I'm super excited. He pays me every month religiously. He's really a good dude. Second one was in what was my second one? Oh no, Conroe, Texas. It's a duplex. That one, a guy wanted to start a business, a distillery. He needed 60 grand, and his property's worth about 550. But the best part was it was renting for about $4,000 a month for a duplex, and we worked out a deal where I pay him $1,100 a month, and he did a seller finance with me, and so he got his 60 grand, and I pay him $1,100 a month, and it cash flows about a little bit more than $1,500 a month, which is awesome. And then we got another one where they were going to lose their house that day. I came in and brought up the arrears and purchased the house. That one's actually closing probably in a week. The next one was, these are 2 that are happening right now. One was Richard found it. He got it for nothing down, and there's $100,000 in equity. And so I walked into that one with paying her nothing. Renters in it that were a little bit of a pain, so we might have to evict them, but I'm going to first talk to them, see what their deal is. I think she was having a hard time. She was having a hard time getting the rents out of them. They were doing it every 2 weeks. So I'm going to check with them and see. Maybe it's a situation where that's how they need to pay it. And if that's the case, I'll let them do it. But that one also had a solar and soft water loans on it as well. But that's all going to be paid. It's like $100 a month. And then there's a military family moving. That one is under contract right now. We're getting that one bought. And then there's one more. What's the other one? And then one with the student. And that's the military family. And then there's one more. Oh, Richard. That's it. And then I've got a fourplex that a student brought to me yesterday that we put an offer in. Hopefully seller financing with nothing down, because that's where I like to be. And we're going to see. I'm going to check in with them right now and see if the realtor reached back out. One thing we did with that, I've got another San Antonio place, and this fourplex is in San Antonio. And so to incentivize the realtor, they told me that they'll do management of rentals. And I said, hey, if you give me a break on this one, because the lady was not going to get any money. She just wants to get rid of it and she's not going to make any money on it. So I said, hey, I'll give you my management on these properties if you don't charge me a commission. So that's where we're at right now. So hopefully they'll say yes. That's what we're doing.